Hello there, my name is JeJe Noval and welcome to another episode of Chat and Chew. Today we have an interesting topic on fad diets. So I have three talented and smart, intelligent graduate students with me today from the Nutrition and Dietetics program. And they're right here beside me. But I'd like to get to know them. I've known them for 3 years now, but I'd like you to get to know them a little bit. So let me start with Erica Teedy. Erica, please tell us where you are from.
Yeah, I'm from actually Orange County, California.
Okay.
So pretty close by.
Yes.
Lived there my whole life.
Your whole life, and you're still going to be living there for a while?
For a little while, actually be moving up to Manhattan Beach area, probably post-graduation though.
Okay, very good. And I've got to say congratulations. You just got married a week ago.
I did, thank you.
Yay, wonderful.
Very exciting.
Wonderful, excellent. Since we have a little bit more time today, I would like for you to tell us, why did you choose dietetics?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, no doubt I love food and I'm a foodie.
Yes.
But I grew up as an athlete, as a dancer in particular, and
Yes, a dancer.
I was always really passionate about how food just affected my body and my ability to perform. And so when I got into my undergraduate program, I started sort of diving into sports nutrition a little bit more by following around their dietitian. And so my passion just really grew, and I loved seeing how food affected our performance and our just daily activities.
True. Food impacts many areas of our lives. Very good. Great. And next to you is Megan Demerit. Hi there. Where are you from, Megan?
Hi, I'm from Alta Loma. It's really close to here. It's just a little bit inland from Loma Linda.
Okay, very good. And why did you choose Loma Linda to go to school?
Oh, that's hard. It's the closest school that offered this program. And my dad also works here, so it runs in the family.
Yes, very good. And you got married a year ago.
I did, yes.
Very good. So it's been cool having our students get married while they're going through our program. Very fun. All right, thank you. And last but not least, Natalie Lager.
Yes.
Yes, where are you from, Natalie?
I'm from Redlands, California, so really close to school. I think I have the shortest drive out of all of us.
Cool. So maybe then the less stress. Yeah. There you go. And what do you plan on doing with your degree once you have your RD after your name? Registered dietitian.
Well, actually, I do have my RD after my name already.
Oh, that's right, you do.
I just recently became a registered dietitian.
Congratulations to you. That's right. That was very recent.
Yeah. So I plan on starting somewhere after I graduate. I do want to finish school first.
Good girl.
And keep that as a priority.
Excellent. Great. And we also should mention that Megan also has her RD, is also registered dietitian, and so it's been nice to have them complete that. And eventually, Erica will have that as well. Wonderful. So we have a really interesting topic, fad diets. A lot of people around us tend to follow it. And so please tell us, what are the common fad diets that we as dietitians hear about on a regular basis?
I think we can all agree we've heard about some pretty interesting diets. You know, there's always new ones that are trending.
Oh, yes.
I know recently we were all talking about the cotton ball diet.
Oh, yeah.
People are actually eating cotton balls dipped in juice and whatnot to feel full.
Yeah.
And so some of these, you know, we can't even imagine doing, but we also know that there's so much information, and it's hard for people to kind of just wade through this and really know, you know, what's facts and not. But I think we all kind of agree that the ones we're really hearing about the most is we have our top three. So
okay, top three. What are the top three?
Paleo diet, which is, you know, we hear and it's really big in the athletic, especially CrossFit world. The paleo diet.
Lots of CrossFitters out there are following
exactly.
that.
So that's a huge diet right now. We also hear a lot, kind of the opposite end of the spectrum, the raw vegan diet, which is, you know, another big one, a huge trend. They kind of like have like a big following we see on social media too with the raw vegan diet.
Exactly.
And then one that's not so new but still really just popular is just juicing.
Right.
And,
we
it's
hear that all the time.
And for cleansing. So that's something that we really want to talk about and what it is actually doing to us.
Okay, this is going to be really good. So, why do you think people fall for these fads, and why are they willing to spend so much money on these fad diets?
People fall for the fads because they're so covered in the media. I think celebrities tend to get behind things that they don't exactly know a whole lot about.
Once you get a celebrity promoting a fad diet, it takes off.
As soon as they see one celebrity juicing or doing raw vegan, they think it's the end-all, say-all.
Right.
And they promise weight loss, they promise fast results. And people are willing to spend a lot of money for that because they don't want to put in the work, or they don't want to spend the time to do the research for themselves. So they really, I think the public should really educate themselves more about these diets.
Yes, I totally agree. So can you please tell our viewers what the paleo diet is? Some people know out there, but some don't.
So the paleo diet, I'd also want to mention that it's commonly referred to as the caveman diet.
Right, it has another name.
So they go hand in hand, they're the same diet, and there's definitely a lot of different variations of the diet, which I've sort of found out in just reading articles and blog posts of people who follow this diet. But more or less, it goes back to how we believed our ancestors ate. So they were hunter-gatherers, they didn't have the ability to grow crops. So the idea of corn and wheat, things like that, what weren't available to them. And they didn't necessarily milk cows for dairy. So
can you imagine that? They didn't know that existed.
So because of that, we see a lot of food groups being cut out. It focuses heavily on animal products. So, chicken, fish, meat products, turkey.
Okay.
And then, of course, fruits and vegetables, and then fats. But, while that seems okay, great, we have our fruits and vegetables, we have our fat, we're completely cutting out some major food groups like dairy.
Right.
So we're missing calcium.
Calcium for those bones.
Exactly. And then we're also totally cutting out grains and legumes. So it's pretty drastic for me, anything that cuts out major food groups.
For me too. For the beans and legumes, what are we missing?
We're missing a huge source of, we're missing our B vitamins.
That's right.
You nailed it. Fiber.
Fiber is the big one.
What about fiber? I also want to, for me, I start to think about, and I want to mention, we have a huge group of athletes, CrossFit, we mentioned earlier, following this diet. And I think we'd all agree that the most readily available source for energy is carbohydrates.
Exactly.
And sure, fruits and vegetables provide that, but what about our high quality complex carbs that we get in grains?
Right. Exactly.
And so we're completely
us being athletes, we know that we need that.
Absolutely.
And if we cut that out, we don't feel as good. We can't function as well.
And it's kind of funny because I see, we won't eat, we cut out grains, but yet we're okay to cook up coconut flour brownies. And I'm thinking, what caveman we're whipping up these brownies? So,
there's a lot of contradictions within this way of eating, this culture of eating.
So I kind of question all of this, and
Okay, so we talked about what it's lacking, the calcium, the fiber. All right, so we've covered the paleo diet. So moving on, we hear a lot about juicing and the potential health benefits. Is this a good approach for weight loss? Please tell our viewers out there.
Well, you will lose some weight if you just stick to drinking juices. That is true.
Without a doubt.
Yes, you're not taking in nearly enough calories, so that's what's going on there. That's why you're going to lose some weight. And then juicing, they always promise you're getting in lots of fruits and vegetables in a really quick period of time, so you're just drinking this juice, but you're leaving out fiber. And then for those people who choose to only have juices throughout the day, do like a 3-day juice cleanse or a week-long juice cleanse. I've heard of people doing month-long juice cleanses. They're losing every other food group except for fruits and vegetables.
Exactly.
So although you will lose weight, it's by no means a healthy approach to weight loss.
Right, exactly. Because with juicing, you're not even doing protein.
No.
Yeah. Protein, which is for muscle building. And then you don't have fats.
No fat
in there. And people think that the lower in fat you go, the better, but it's like, no, hold on. We have fat-soluble vitamins that need to be absorbed.
Absolutely.
So if we don't have enough fat, how can we get the nutrition that we need?
You just don't.
Yeah, you just don't. Okay, so what exactly is the raw vegan diet that we hear about?
So vegetarianism has kind of been a fad, but there are a lot of people who do follow vegetarianism for ethical reasons, religious reasons, but people have really taken this far and have went vegan, which excludes all animal products, and some people also do not include honey in their diet, or they don't use leather products.
Right.
And then raw vegan is going even further from that and only cooking or heating up their foods to very low temperatures, around 140 degrees.
Yeah.
So they're mainly eating a lot of leafy greens, that's a big portion of it. And instead of eating grains, they're sprouting them instead of cooking them, because again, it's raw. They're doing a lot of raw nuts and seeds and fruits and vegetables. So again, this sounds really healthy. We're getting a lot of fiber in this diet. We're getting a lot of fruits and vegetables.
Yeah.
But we are, again, lacking a lot of nutrients and
There
cutting
you
out
go.
food groups.
Absolutely. And the thing is, there are certain vegetables that actually need to have heat. And other beans and things like that.
Yeah, it actually does bring out more of the nutrients, and our body can absorb them more when they are heated. Because
Right.
while cooking, we're breaking down some of the substances in the food, and then our body's able to digest them better and absorb some of the nutrients.
Yes, so cooking is not a bad thing.
No,
It kind
cooking's
of
not a
seems
bad thing.
like this way of eating, they're looking at it as, oh, you're heating it, you're cooking it.
Yeah.
You're
That's a
ruining
bad
it.
thing. You're ruining the food.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like that, but it's like, no, actually it helps.
Right.
Yeah. So they're looking at it as they're preserving the nutritive value of these
yeah.
foods, but in fact, if you do the research, some foods really do need to be heated and cooked so that our bodies can really utilize the nutrients.
There you go. I know for tomatoes.
Yeah.
Yes, the
fresh is
lycopene in
good.
tomatoes.
Yeah, the lycopene's in the tomatoes, but if you add heat to it, you cook it, then it releases more.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, we like to say fresh is best or in the raw state, but sometimes it'll make you get more bang for your buck.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you have to think, I mean, we're not saying cook it so it's wilted and soggy or
Right,
anything
yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
you
I mean,
leached out all the nutrients.
right, you know, but a
Yeah.
quick steam, if it's broccoli or cauliflower, to kind of soften it, like Natalie said, it's also easier on the digestive system for most people too, that they don't feel that discomfort after eating so
Especially
many
when you're eating
vegetables.
so many
Yeah.
fruits and vegetables
Yeah.
and raw foods.
Right. You're absolutely right. Good point. So, if all of these diets are not ideal for weight loss and health, what diet or way of eating do you believe can both be healthy and cause weight loss for those who want to lose weight?
So as a dietitian, I think everyone here can agree. I think we all believe in moderation,
Yeah.
and that's really key for a really well-balanced diet. So what we wanted to talk about today is the My Plate method, which is very easy for everyone to follow, and it kind of gives a layout of all the different food groups. So we have our grains, we have our lean proteins, we have our fruits and vegetables, we have our dairy, and our healthy fats. So it is just kind of a way to eat and make sure that you're getting all of the food groups in and you're having really balanced meals, and that way you're not cutting anything out, and we're making sure we're getting all of our vital nutrients like our calcium, our B12, our sources of protein, all of the things that we discussed in the diets that we're really lacking from restrictive eating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. So the My Plate is for both those who eat meat and who are vegetarians.
Yes, absolutely.
So what would the any swaps or changes or adjustments for someone who is vegetarian and wants to follow the My Plate way of eating?
Well, if you are a vegetarian and you're looking at the My Plate image, the reason I just like Natalie said, really like it is because it helps you kind of see how to include the food groups on to just a plate and make a well-rounded meal. And so we have a portion that's protein.
Very good.
So in that section, if you are a vegetarian, that's where you can focus on adding your legumes, your beans, grains like quinoa. Tofu is a great option too.
Absolutely.
And so by all means, lacto-ovo vegetarians, eggs, it's a really great source of protein as well.
Absolutely.
Dairy can even be a good protein source. And so, you know, by all means, this is something that fits everybody in every walk of life. And I think it goes great with all of our mottos that really all foods fit. And so for whatever diet, you know, like we said, vegetarian, non-vegetarians you're following, it's definitely something that you'd benefit from.
Yeah, indeed. So I'm just going to take it, because we have a little bit of time. So I'm going to, let's talk about other types of vegetarians. Okay, there's lacto-ovo, there's vegan. Now, the vegan, what I wanted to say is that Natalie explained it so well that those who say they are vegan, they even go to the extent of not wearing leather, that type of clothing, and eat honey. And so that's the true meaning of vegan. It goes beyond just eating, but it's also the lifestyle and the dress. So when it comes to the actual term of those who are staying away from dairy and eggs, the appropriate term is really total vegetarian.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, you know, we have one teacher that likes to make sure that we spread that news, that the term is total vegetarian. And so a lot of them think, oh, I'm vegan because I don't eat eggs, I don't do the dairy, but they're wearing leather boots, they're wearing the leather jacket, and so they should really only use it if they're truly vegans. So are there other types of vegetarians?
Oh, there's so many. There's, I've even heard of there's pescatarian. So they only eat fish. They eat fish, they eat dairy, they eat eggs, and then as well as the legumes, but they avoid chicken and then beef, turkey.
Yeah.
But
absolutely,
you know,
but that would not be considered a fad diet.
No. And so I think that's something that we, you know, there's definitely people with allergies and tolerances that are true, that have been medically diagnosed.
Right.
There's religious, ethical reasons, and by no means are we saying that those are fad diets. Those are 100% legitimate and respectable. It's just when we sort of jump on the bandwagon and don't really know why, with no rhyme or reason, are we doing this.
Yes, and especially when it's just taking out whole food groups, that should be a warning to people that, I'm not sure about this and I should really stay away from it. Yeah, definitely. And so when it comes to your own personal way of eating, we have about a minute left. So what is your favorite way of eating? Any of you can share.
We all like moderation. We say no to nothing.
That's right. That's the key word. Don't ever use that word no. Yes.
Yeah, so when we're dealing with clients and patients, you never tell them to cut out anything. There's always a time and place for cake and whatever they want.
Yes, you're right. I don't believe in deprivation at all. And I don't believe in saying, oh, you can't have this apple pie or this pecan pie because it's high in sugar. We can have all those things. In I love this term, mindful moderation. And the way that we can incorporate healthy eating is to go into the kitchen and to learn how to prepare things for ourselves. It doesn't have to take so long to prepare a wonderful dish for us. So ladies, I think you have some recipes for us.
We do.
Oh, and can you just give us a little glimpse of what it's about? Just the names of what you're going to be making for us?
So we actually prepared 3 kind of my plate idea set meals, one for breakfast, one for lunch, and one for dinner. And all of the recipes that we chose are very versatile. We did a parfait and we did a lunch salad. And
or you're going to do a parfait.
Yes. And then we also chose to do a chili.
Okay, great. So you're going to show that to us. We're going to go into the kitchen. Please don't leave us. We will be right back. We're just going to go in there and show you these great recipes. Hello, now we are back in the kitchen, or we are now in the kitchen, and the ladies have 3 wonderful recipes to show us. Natalie, what do you have for us?
Well, today I'm going to be making a parfait for breakfast, and here we're going to focus on quite a few food groups that we discussed earlier. So we have Greek yogurt, a good source of protein as well as calcium, and we have a few fruits, pomegranate as well as a sliced banana, and then I have some whole grain granola to sprinkle on top, as well as some sliced slivered almonds for a little bit of healthy fat in the diet.
Very good.
So to start assembling, we can just choose our bowl, and I have a layer of yogurt already in the bottom, and we are just going to start making our layers here.
Oh, that's pretty with the colors, color of the pomegranate.
So a layer of pomegranate, and then I'm just going to grab my banana slices. Don't be afraid to use your hands.
There you go.
Put a layer of banana in there.
Perfect.
And then I'm going to cover it with our layer of yogurt. And keep in mind, this recipe is very versatile. You can choose whatever fruits you like, your choice of yogurt. You can do vanilla yogurt, honey yogurt. This one happens to be strawberry yogurt.
Is that your favorite?
Because that's my favorite.
Okay. All right, it is
So-
mine too.
We're just going to do a nice layer of yogurt,
Okay.
and then a layer of the slivered almonds on top.
Did you buy those pre-sliced?
I did.
Pre-slivered.
I did.
Yes.
Sprinkle a little granola on top.
Okay.
So you can do as many layers as you'd like, but I'll stop at 1 layer. And this is what you'll come out with. It's really good, balanced breakfast. And you can also make it the night before and store it in the refrigerator and just put the granola on top in the morning.
Yeah. Perfect. I love that. You save time by making it the night before.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thanks for showing this to us, Natalie. Okay, next we have Erica. Erica, what do we have?
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna make a salad today, which seems pretty simple. A little bit. I know sometimes people think, oh, a salad, that's so basic and plain, but
Yeah.
I want to show you how to make a salad into a complete meal. So we talked about earlier, fad diets and people sometimes doing them because they want to lose weight. And so we often see people resorting to salads, and it's simply just like lettuce and a few cucumbers. So,
Exactly.
I mean, where's that going to get you? That's not going to sustain you.
Yeah.
So
People don't last long on just that.
exactly.
On just rabbit food.
Exactly. We need a little
We need
bit more
sustenance.
Exactly. So
Okay.
I'm going to show you how, following the whole idea of the My Plate, including all the food groups, you can make a really tasty, wonderful salad. And it's a great way to really pump up your vegetable intake. So
Perfect.
I'm going to start with some chopped cucumbers and carrots. We'll just sort of sprinkle that on. You can do however much you like. It adds a nice pop of color.
Right. Definitely.
We also have some little grape tomatoes that are, so easy.
It's all right.
It'll all be mixed up anyway.
Yes, there you go.
So easy and a wonderful sweet flavor and kind of juicy.
Yeah.
Then for some more color, we have some just sliced bell peppers that we'll throw on there. And I always like to tell people there shouldn't be a recipe that you feel like you have to stick to. It's So whatever you have in your fridge or your pantry, just making sure that you're hitting all the food groups. So
I like that advice that you give. Very good.
we have a nice layer of vegetables right now, which helps us meet our good veggie intake. But we definitely want to pump up the fiber and the protein.
There you
so
go.
I'm going to add some beans that add a nice buttery texture, which I really like.
Excellent.
And we don't want to forget our grains. And I chose quinoa, but you can do brown rice. Pasta adds a really nice texture to like a pasta salad, which is fun. I happen to have quinoa on hand, so we'll just top a little bit of quinoa on our salad.
And it doesn't take long to cook that quinoa.
No, not at all. It maybe took me 20 minutes, if that, and I didn't have to do anything but put it in the bowl or the pan.
The pan. Okay, very good.
So we do want to include a little bit more protein, and for that I have just a sliced hard-boiled egg, some healthy fat too with the yolk.
There you go.
And then of course some feta cheese. My favorite.
Yum.
You know, I love feta, right? You can't have too much feta in my world.
Exactly. Same here.
Which adds a nice boost of calcium as well.
There you go.
And then for some more healthy fats, a little bit of olive oil and balsamic for dressing.
Perfect.
Super simple. I just whisk this together.
With a little cherry tomato that escaped.
And a little cherry tomato, exactly.
Nice.
So there you have it.
Wow.
You have all your food groups. You have a great source of, you know, vegetables. So you've probably already hit most of your vegetable intake for the day.
That's right. Exactly. There's one complete meal right there. Thank you, Erica.
You're welcome.
We're gonna have to try it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All righty. That looks great. And last but not least, we have Natalie. Oh no, not Natalie. Megan. So sorry.
It's okay. People confuse us all the time.
I'm not sure they hang out together all the time.
Yes, we do.
Okay, Megan, what do we have?
I'm gonna be making some bean chili
Oh, bean chili.
for some dinner.
Yes.
A lot of people want something really fast after they get off of work
So
or
true.
school. So the base of the recipe
Fast
is
and
beans.
nutritious.
Oh, exactly. So we're gonna start off with some beans. I have here black beans that have been drained, and then chili beans. Always get the low sodium ones, but draining them also helps.
True. Absolutely.
So I'm just
draining them and then maybe even rinsing them under water for a minute or two.
Yes, that always helps.
Helps get rid of more
So
sodium.
then you just mix that up. Then you have, this is just a can of condensed tomato soup.
Okay.
You don't have to add anything to it, and I always choose the heart-healthy version, low sodium as well.
Perfect. Great.
And then, just like Erica was saying, a good grain to throw in is quinoa.
There you go.
It's a complete protein. It also adds some healthy carbs in there.
Right. It's got all those important building blocks for protein.
Yes. So then you can toss in whatever vegetables that you want. I have onions here, but you can also be using, I love onions, and some garlic.
Oh, perfect,
But also
yes.
another thing that you could add in is bell peppers.
Okay,
That always brings some good flavors in.
Oh, but onions and garlic.
That's
I know you don't
always
have garlic today, but it just
It would be very pungent in here.
true.
And then
It's a
I have
wonderful
some
flavor.
seasoning. This is just a homemade seasoning because I like doing
made
it
it
like
homemade?
that. Yes,
Oh,
you can control the amount of
fabulous.
sodium that goes into it.
Okay.
But
True, you're
you
right.
can also buy it from the store just as easily.
Okay.
And that just goes right in.
So what did you put in your homemade seasoning?
That has dried garlic, dried onion,
There
chili
you go.
powder,
Okay.
cumin,
Nice.
a lot of chili powder. It's mostly chili powder.
Okay. Boy, that's going to give it a lot of flavor.
Yes, it really flavors it. And so what you
yummy.
can do from here is either just let it hang out and get warm for around 10 minutes on the stove, or you can do it in the crock pot and sit it out all day long.
Right.
And then a great topping for it to add a little bit more protein and calcium is some cheese or plain Greek yogurt. It's really versatile.
Yeah.
But you can also, this is also great to make a lot of servings of this and have it throughout the week because it heats up great.
Exactly. That's true. And if you did put it on the crock pot and you were having it all day, we would put it on the low setting.
Oh yes, low and slow all day long.
Slow, because those beans that you used are already cooked.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yeah, but that looks so delicious too.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have to try that. And so, thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, remember, in order to live well, you've got to eat well.